Welcome back, everybody, to What the Fuck Is This Podcast?
Is it ASMR?
What? Let me do my customer service voice for a second. Just kidding. Anyways, guys, welcome back to What the Fuck Is This Podcast, your normally regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
It's been a while. We're getting into the flow of things. This is our second episode that we're filming via Riverside.
Shout out for this free service.
Literally, I just popped it into Google. I was like, podcast recording online. I was like, oh, this one seems great. But as y'all know, if y'all heard the last episode, or if y'all watched it, I no longer live in Oklahoma, so it's kind of hard for us to record in person. So from now on, probably, there might be some wild episodes where we do record in person. Who the fuck knows right now? Last week's episode was full of tea, and this week we are going to be shit talking this. Ooh, I was going to say The Secret Life of American Teenager, but we are not on that. We're going to be shit talking the Love Is Blind reunion for season 4, the live, quote unquote live. That wasn't really fucking live. We're going to be shit talking that. But I am one of your hosts, Monica.
And I'm Miranda.
So let's get right into it. We don't have book tea for this week because we've been having busy lives. Okay?
Yeah.
So we don't have any books that, like, it's been hard to read for us right now, okay? We're going through a lot of shit. We're dealing with a lot. It's hard for us to read. But if you have any book recommendations, please let us know. Comment on our Instagram. Literally just let us fucking know, please.
Hi guys, Editing Miranda here. I just wanted to say JK on the fact that there won't be book tea. I am dropping in my book tea from last week for this week because last week's episode was extremely long and this week's episode was not. So I'm just going to drop this in here. So when we say there's no book tea, we're just kidding, because technically we didn't record any that day, but I'm recording it now. Well, not recording it, adding it. Anyways, enjoy. But the one I did read that I will talk about quickly, because, like, first off, I gave it, like, 3 stars on Goodreads. It gets way too much hype. It's not all that good. But I read The Perfect Marriage by...
I haven't heard of it. That's how we know I'm on the dark side.
It's a mystery one, so that makes sense. It's not really like romance. It's more of a mystery one, but it's all over my thing. Who's it by?
While you look for that, I read Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know if we talked about that one. That one is super good. It's interview style, but at the end there's like a big plot twist, and you find out that the daughter of the main rock star guy is the one giving the interview. So it makes you like rethink everything that like the people in the band were telling her, because like you wouldn't tell the daughter of someone that their dad cheated on them while they were on tour. So, like, you don't know if it's real, if it's not, like, if people are telling the truth because it's his daughter. Like, there's no way. And, like, because he was really bad into drugs and stuff, and, like, nobody's gonna tell their fucking, like, I wouldn't tell someone's daughter, like, your dad's a drug addict. Like, you know, like, I'm not going to tell him, like, oh, I saw him shooting up a needle. Like, no. You're going to make it sound, like, nice and pretty. But it's a good book. I recommend it. And there's a Netflix... Or no. It's an Amazon show now.
That's right. I was hearing about that. Okay, it's by Genevieve Rose. This is the cover.
Oh, I have never heard of it.
Okay. So basically, it's a mystery. Like I said, it's not really romance or anything. But everybody was talking about it, so I was like, okay, let me just read it. I gave it 3 stars, but I almost gave it 2. Like, it was not that great, simply because there was like 8 million characters that I had to keep track of, for starters. Too many fucking people. She's like a successful lawyer, and he's a successful author, and they have a house in like DC and like Vermont or something, like an easy drive, you know, up there in those little 13 colony states. And he goes to the lake house.
13 colony states.
Whatever.
We're from the South, y'all. We're from the South.
Yeah. It takes me 6 hours to get anywhere. No, I'm kidding. But
literally though.
So they have a lake house. He likes to go up there to write. No, turns out he likes to go up there to have an affair. Yeah.
What a whore.
And yeah, no, seriously. And she doesn't want kids, so that's why he's like having an affair or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
What the fuck?
And then, okay, hi.
Does Matthew have tea he wants to share?
Yeah, I know. I'll have to ask him. And then so he wakes up one night at midnight to go, meet his wife after she gets off work, because she calls him and says, like, I want to have a baby. Like, the lawyer stuff is too stressful. But she's, like, a partner at her lawyer firm thing, like, so she could, like, take a step out. And then at the lawyer firm, there's two important characters, her assistant, Anne, I think, and Bob. And Bob is, like, her mortal enemy, okay?
Okay.
I don't know why he wants her fired. And so, basically,
I don't know why she wants her fired.
I don't know what Bob's beef is with Sarah.
Bob's. It's always Bob's.
It's always Bob's. So then, Sarah gets a call one day at the thing, and it's her mother-in-law, and she's like, why aren't you picking up my son's phone calls? He's in jail. Because when the cleaning lady got to the lake house, the mistress was dead in the bed, stabbed like 30-something times. And he left her at midnight, okay? But he told the cops that, and they still brought him in because she had been dead for like 8 hours at the point of finding. Yeah. So she was dead when he left the house. And he was like, I don't know. I looked at her phone. She had really aggressive texts from her current husband.
Wait, the girl's also married?
Yeah.
Oh my
Sorry, I forgot that part. See, there's so many fucking people, right?
Yeah, and no, too much. Max, I can do like 3 or 4.
Oh my god.
Main characters, 2.
Yeah. No, turns out the mistress husband was like in the police. He's not like the chief, but he's in the police. So she couldn't leave him and turn in his abuse, but she was just getting it on with this guy. Well, when they did an autopsy, she had 3 sets of sperm in her.
3?
Yes, Adam, or whatever his name was, that is in jail for his murder.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then a mystery guy, right? Okay, so the sergeant and Sarah are flirting it up this whole fucking book. Like, for what? Adam is like, why doesn't she love me anymore? Like, bitch, this is how she found out you were having an affair. And she was 4 weeks pregnant. The mistress. The mistress. After Sarah just said, I want to have a family with you. Like, I'm ready to step out of the lawyer thing and have kids with you. She finds out that he got his mistress pregnant, okay? So this is the whole thing. And basically, the whole book is just going back and forth, trying to figure out the third DNA and the whodunit. Because everyone believes that it wasn't Adam because, like, he was truly shocked when they, like, pulled him in. Okay. Bitch.
I want to know who this mystery man is.
Turns out it's the sergeant. She was getting it on with her husband's boss, too. Okay? And
Girl.
Sarah defends Adam through this whole thing. He's found guilty, and he gets the death penalty. And at the end of the fucking book, he's been on death row for like 11 years. She never filed the divorce papers so he could have something to hold on to. But the day after his execution, she was getting married to none other than fucking Bob.
I cannot.
And
what the actual fuck?
No, literally. And, they had a kid together. There's one other thing. Well, they sent you on this wild goose chase to make you think it was the assistant, and she had, like, beef with the assistant. She makes up with the assistant. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't like it. There was so many, like, tangents, and I mean, I get it. It's a mystery. I do.
Yeah, they're trying to, like,
the sergeant was like the third person they suspected for the third DNA. So the whole time they're making up these, maybe it was this Jesse guy.
Who was the baby daddy?
The Adam, the accused, like the mistress, the accused husband, blah, blah, blah.
But then I don't understand why he would kill her. Because she was pregnant? Like...
He didn't. Sarah did. Sarah found out about the affair, drove up there and killed him, got her assistant drunk so that she would be the alibi.
Oh, that's so good.
Because she couldn't remember anything. Drives up there, kills him, drives home, calls him, says, please come home and have my baby, or I'll have your baby, whatever. And he leaves her there in the dark. He doesn't turn on all the lights, so he doesn't know. He is found guilty, and she tells him on his execution day, like, I always knew who did it, but we couldn't prove it in court. Sorry, and doesn't tell him. He dies not knowing. And then I didn't like it at all because now she's some vindictive, terrible person.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand.
Good.
But, like, I don't. Like, I would understand wanting to get payback for your husband like that. But, like, that's taking it a step way too far. It's not this girl's fault that your husband got pregnant. Or that your husband got her pregnant. Like, you could have gotten a divorce.
And, like, Anne told her about the affair. And, like, she had sent this threat and all this stuff. And, like I said, that's just, like, a whole other wild goose shit. But there was just so much pointless stuff for it to wind up that way. Like, the ending was good, which is why I gave it 3 stars. Because I didn't ever really suspect Sarah because she was so brokenhearted, like the whole thing. But then she was like a whole other person. Anyways, I was just like, girl, this is insane. So I wouldn't really recommend it. But, and of course I just spoiled it. So what's the point in reading it? But
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I would not be able to read with that many characters in there. I would be forgetting who is who.
No, like literally... Oh, it was so, like, annoying to read because, I had no idea who I was reading about at this point. Like, who's Scott? I don't know. Like, they're just bringing up Bob, Scott, Adam. Like, everybody had a basic-ass name, too. Like, and then the mistress, she had to change her identity because her first husband was murdered, and she just got out of the conviction because her second husband and current husband lost evidence to get her out. God. So she didn't go. Like, so then I'm dealing with 2 names for the same person. Like, it was like, it was too much. No, but
it sounds like way too fucking much.
Anyways, it was a decent
But it sounds like a good read. I feel like that would make a great movie.
Oh, I would love to see it as a movie because then you have faces. Like,
yeah, and then it's easier to remember people.
Yes.
Names? Yes. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
No, too many names. But anyways, now I started the second book to that one I talked about like a couple episodes ago because like we haven't recorded in so long, but the Wrong Bride, which is when it's an arranged marriage and she ends up okay, that one. I'm reading the second one in that, which is another one of the Windsor brothers getting married, and he's gonna get married to his assistant. But I thought that was the one I was telling you, like I kept falling asleep when I was reading. I thought it was just boring, so I started the Icebreaker book that I also bought at Barnes & Noble when I bought the 7 Husbands. That one is really good, so I put the other
Is that
one
the
on
one
hold,
where he's a hockey player?
Yes, and she's an ice skater, and she needs a new partner because her partner gets out right for some reason, like he gets injured or something right before their big competition, and the hockey player is going to help her. And like, oh my god, right now it's really good. Right now, they've been going to parties and stuff together. And I guess they are, like, the hockey players have some, like, exclusive dorm because they're, like, a big deal on campus. And they have, like, so when all the parties are there, all their bedrooms have, like, door codes. So, like, people can't get in them. So there's, like, one bathroom that everybody can get to, except, like, all the rooms have, like, a conjoining one next door, basically. Is kind of what I was understanding. I might be wrong. They might have all have their own. It was kind of confusing. But he lets her up there to use the restroom at the first party, and then her partner comes up and is like, why the fuck are you hanging out with him? Blah, blah, blah. Like, are you just collecting sports captains? Because she's fuck buddies with the basketball captain. Which is like, fuck? Good for you. None of your business. But now the basketball captain is getting a girlfriend, and so she's like off doing her own thing, and she was like explaining this to the hockey captain at the second party they are at. He fucking pleases her after the bathroom in his bedroom, And then she ran away because she got scared because she's like, I've never felt this way. Like, I'm usually no connection, and that's making me feel some type of way. And I'm like screaming.
Bare minimum.
Screaming. So I got to get back to reading.
Literally bare minimum.
No, literally. So, anyways.
Literally. But anyways, let's get on to it. So, this season of Love is Blind was shitty and very different.
Yeah.
For some reason in the past, I thought they weren't going to allow Zach and Bliss to get engaged and then continue on with the show. You know, like, I thought that was going to be something that they did outside of the show. But I kind of understand it. Like, they still needed a couple to be there. I do also think it's crazy that some people get married in the pods and they don't show it.
Yeah, or even just engaged and then they break up because there was a girl, Monica, who was with the Josh character that ended up with, and I was like, and she was like, girl, that was terrible engagement.
It's fucking insane. And then to me, I feel like a lot of the conversations that they have in the pods, they're kind of deep, but they're not really deep. Like, I am not going to go deep into my mental health issues.
No.
While somebody's fucking recording me.
No.
Like, for their show. Like, here, I know that we control the narrative, and, like, I know it's not going to get spun in a way where it's just me talking about my depression and all this other shit. Like, it's not going to be, like, that bad, you know? Yeah. But I don't understand this show. I love the first couple of seasons.
Oh my god.
It's so great.
Yeah.
But now that it's gotten so big, people are going on there just to get famous. Yeah. Like, that's literally what it is.
I did not watch season 3 because you were telling me about it anyways, but I was like, that sounds like a
garbage.
Waste of my time. Season 1 and season 2 were so good, but there's literally like only there's 2 couples left from season 1, but everyone from season 2 is broken up. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like we're like proving the experiment anymore. And I cannot stand like Vanessa and Nick.
Oh, they're terrible fucking hosts. I understand they produce it. Terrible host. Terrible host.
Like, I think the one couple like that should do it is the Hamiltons. What are their fucking names? From the first season.
I think Andy Cohen should do it.
Oh, he should do the reunions for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like that would be amazing.
If you could get that, all I can think of is their YouTube name, which is Hanging with the Hamiltons. Fucking shit. But they're from season 1, and they're the interracial couple.
Yes. Oh, yes. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
If they did the pods part, I feel like that would be so much more meaningful for people who are actually there for love. Because, like, Marshall went on Nick Vile's podcast, and I listened to it. I haven't listened to Micah's yet, even though it's out. But he was, like, explaining, like, I didn't watch the show, and they didn't tell me, like, you're going on season 4. But then he is related. He's, like, cousins or brothers or something like that with someone who was in the Bachelor franchise. And he was like, no, dude, that show's huge. Like, look it up. And so then he said he binged, like, season 2 or something like that right before he left because season 3 was beginning to air right before he left to go do the show. But anyways, I just think if someone like Marshall got on there and he got to actually communicate with a couple that the pods worked for, like, that would be so fucking good. But like, those 2 are so healthy. Whereas, like, I know Barnett and Amber made it, but they were like in a love triangle and like low-key kind of toxic because she was just like, I'm like $100,000 in student debt. And he's like, yo, I'm working my ass off so that I pay my credit card off each month. Like, how could you be so irresponsible?
He reminded me of Nathan Scott, but just in the way he looked.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that other couple that got married? And she was like a wild one, and he was more like.
Are you thinking of Danielle and Nick?
She released a TikTok and was talking about how she thinks that the only reason they got married or engaged or like they did so kind of well is because they trauma bonded, which is fucking insane to me.
And
but
she
it's
was
so
the first.
true.
And she's the first, but 3 other of the girls have come out and been like, this is like what they do to you. Like, when you're in there and they bring up your traumas so that you feel bad, like, or whatever, and they deprive them of, like, food and water and sleep. Like,
no, that shit's fucking wild.
That's not the experiment anymore.
No. I think at this point that the Love at First Sight is a way better show than Love is Blind.
But there's too many fucking episodes in that show. Like,
oh, 100%. I'm not going to sit down. Like, it's like Love Island. Like, I love Love Island.
I love Love Island.
There's like 70 episodes though.
Yeah, if
like,
you don't
it's
stay
so
on top
much.
of it. Yeah. But
no.
But Married at First Sight or Love at First Sight, whatever the fuck it's called, it's also just like constant, like the same thing over and over, and they're giving you like the day by day, and I'm like, we could get like a week by week recap, guys. Like, you don't need this many goddamn episodes. But anyways, okay, so for this season though, I was so annoyed with Micah and Irina. Like, they were such mean girls. God. I could not.
Literally.
I could not. And then, like, Micah just, I can't believe, okay, first off, I just feel like she's playing the victim from the wedding by, like, making him go first. There was no way she was saying yes.
I don't think so either.
I can understand maybe she, like, developed feelings for him in this whole thing, but she literally picked Paul because she didn't like Amber. Like, that's it.
And then, like, the way her and Irina talked about Amber, and, like, they were making fun of her for the whole Mardi Gras thing, I was like, dude, this bitch, I would be her friend. Like, she is willing to bring a theme to a date?
And then Irina's trying to roast Bliss for making Zach cupcakes on his birthday, and then gets in the pods and is like, I'm really sorry, I forgot. No, bitch, you're fucking lazy, and you never actually liked him, because if you gave a shit about a person, you would do literally anything for their birthday. 100%. And you knew it was his birthday because of Bliss.
100%.
She never liked Zach.
Oh, I think, okay, I 100% believe that she convinced Zach to get with her because she knew that if she didn't, she would no longer have a spot on the show.
Right.
Because the way
no one else liked her.
I also don't understand why Zach didn't believe Bliss when Bliss told her, because also, like, what kind of criminal defense lawyer does not see these fucking red flags everywhere?
Right.
But I, like, even in those last couple scenes, you can tell how she's trying to, like, defend her character and then call Bliss out for being a bad person. No, bitch, you're the bad person.
Yeah.
You're literally, and then for her to say in the reunion, like, oh, no, I didn't do it just to be on the show. 100% you did. 100%. No.
See, I agree with Zach that she was there for fame, but it also looked bad on Zach to say that and then immediately plug his Instagram.
Like, 100%. Yeah. Like, I get it, but hers was, I feel like it was way worse.
Oh, yeah. No, 1,000%.
And then, like, when she went along with it and she's like, I didn't feel comfortable, I didn't feel safe around him, and not to say that he was, like, a bad person or anything, I completely understand that. Like, I can go on a date with somebody and we can be fine through text, but once I see your vibe, then I'll understand you. But, like, I understand her, like, going along and keeping it because the producers were like, no, just wait till Mexico. But why didn't she do it the first night in Mexico?
No, yeah, she still hung out. She still tried to, and then she wanted to see the other guys, and, like, she was so into Paul, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. And her apologies are so beyond fake.
Yeah.
You can see right fucking through them. Like, she did an Instagram reel that I watched where she was, like, apologizing for the way she acted and all this other shit, and it was fake. You can fucking sense it. Like, no.
I agree.
So let me go through my notes.
I know, I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know, Zach and Bliss are low-key kind of weird, though. Like, I'm very glad they're happy, but, like,
I don't know. Make sense to me.
No. I don't know. There was just something about them. And then, I don't know if you saw this TikTok, but during, like, they were watching, like, Jackie and Josh's, like, part of the interview, and they were sitting on the couch, like, with their foreheads pressed together, like that Vine, is this allowed?
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, like, they're just like that one high school couple that's just fucking weird. No. And I don't know.
I don't think that it makes sense to me, because I feel like she would actually be with some, like, a man that's, like, more serious, like, out, like, on the outside, and he does not seem like the type.
No.
Like, he gives me Marshall vibes. Like, Marshall is more, like, kept to himself, and Zach expresses it. And I don't see Bliss with someone like that. But if that works for her, it works for her. Okay, I do want to talk about the shit show that happened beforehand, before the reunion, where nobody could fucking see the live reunion. Which, like, I understand it's Netflix's, like, second time trying to do some shit like this. Yeah. But, like, come on. Give us updates, Netflix. You have social media. Give me an update every once in a while. Literally, I left my Target shopping spree for, like, early because I wanted to watch it, because I thought something was wrong with my phone because I couldn't tune in on my phone. No, I got home, sat on my fucking beanbag for a fucking hour, and it never came on.
Yeah. No, I just gave up. I was like, whatever. And then some people could see it when they just decided to film it and it wasn't live, but, like, so why could those people see it?
Yeah.
Like,
don't understand. But then people were saying, like, if you leave out of it, you can't get back into it. So, like, I don't fucking understand what happened there.
And then, you would get put back at the end of the queue anytime you refreshed your page, blah, blah. Like, it was such a fucking shit show. Like, I don't know.
And it didn't need to be live. 100% didn't need live.
No, they were trying to be current with the times, blah, blah, blah. But I also just think it's fucked up to try and do it live when, like they said, it had been a whole year at this point. Like,
yeah, no need for it.
What? Like, why are you bringing this back up for these people? Like, you should have recorded this, like, 6 months ago. I don't know. It's just, like, or get the show out faster. Like, why are we watching something from a year ago? This is so unfair to these people who aren't reality stars, but, like, are now. And then, like, and now we have to make them talk about, like, make Marshall and Jackie talk about all their bullshit. And
I think it would have been
up from Micah and Paul. Like,
I think it would have been way better if they did it, like, right after everything, like, right after they had finished filming that, and then, like, if they do a reunion then, and then maybe a year later do another one to see where they're at again. Right. But it definitely didn't need to be a year later. Like, I understand that they're probably trying to wait.
About the drama. Like,
yes,
there could be 2 reunions where it's like one for us to catch up and see where they are now, absolutely, but if we're gonna talk about all that drama, it should be fresh so that these people can fucking move on. Like,
yeah, you don't want to traumatize them again. And then the way Nick and Vanessa suck at fucking hosting.
Oh, Vanessa especially.
100%. What the fuck were the faces she was making? Asking people if they're gonna have kids, that's none of your goddamn business. Oh my god,
she wouldn't fucking stop. She's like, we need
a
Love is
Blind baby. Literally. No, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. No. Let them live their lives. They're going through a lot right now, whether they're married or not. They're going through a lot. When they want to have kids is none of your goddamn business.
Exactly.
If they get pregnant, none of your business. If they don't, none of your business. You want another?
If they never want to have kids, none of your business.
How does it affect you? It fucking doesn't. If you want a kid so bad, fucking have another one.
Yep.
Adopt one. Do whatever you have to. Don't be fucking questioning these people. I wrote down in my notes that this reunion, the questions they asked, and the way Nick and Vanessa were acting was giving me Call Her Daddy podcast vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 100%, they were written out questions. They didn't go in depth.
No.
We didn't hear what we wanted to hear, what we needed to hear.
Vanessa's on the side of all the fucking villains for what? I don't know.
Yeah. No. Also, what the fuck was she wearing? She's like a
girl's girl in the most toxic way. Oh, I don't know. 100%. She's trying to be a fucking star of the show with what she's wearing. She wants everyone to look at her.
It looked like she was wearing like a a throw-up rag on her side.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I was like, she's missing something. Like, I thought it needed, like, a little clip in the middle to become a bow, and then it would have been fine. But just a sheet of sparkles.
Yeah.
Let me see what else I wrote down. I didn't write down a lot. I love Brett and Tiff. I fucking love them.
Oh,
they have, like, the most healthiest relationship on the show for this season.
Oh,
like, 100%.
They were 100% here for love because, like, even when they're, like, going through his apartment because they had to relocate to Portland for his job, which is, like, great on Tiffany for taking that on.
Something else I want to talk about, but I'll bring it up.
No, you're fine. But, like, and, like, they're looking at the shoes, and he's like, we just buy more boxes. Like, everything was so second. Oh, and then she was talking about closet space. He's like, oh, I already talked to them. We can upgrade to a 3-bedroom. Like, the way it was all just, like, not even a thought to him.
Yeah,
like,
and they were so understanding of each other, especially when Britt expressed that, or Tiff expressed that, like, the wedding planning was getting too much for her. Mm-hmm. And she didn't want out of the marriage, but she wanted, like, an out of the wedding. Yeah, and he understood that.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, that fucking blew my mind. I was like, dude, this is so fucking healthy. Like, I'm so happy for them. But what I do want to talk about that you brought up, that they had to relocate to Portland, the way they say that it's in the same city, so it doesn't make it difficult, and these people were not from the same fucking city.
2 of them applied from a different show, or from a different city, I mean. Kwame was driving me crazy, though, because there was no reason he couldn't relocate. Like, I understand Brett was, like, a job thing, and probably
it's a little bit more serious
in the pods. Like, I bet she already knew about that. But for Kwame, it was like, well, that's my running trail.
Yeah.
Bitch, find a new one.
I play soccer all the time. Do you know that they have soccer fields in fucking Seattle?
Yeah.
No.
Literally.
But it didn't make sense to me. Like, dude, if you're gonna say, like, they have to be from the same city, make them from the same fucking city. If not, you're adding more drama that they're gonna have to go through.
Exactly.
And it's not gonna have a good ending. Because I know most people don't want to leave the city they're in.
No.
Other than Oklahoma. Anybody needs to get out of Oklahoma. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a difficult thing to transition your whole fucking lifestyle to a new city.
Yeah. So,
that just... I don't know. And then, I'm going to talk about how Kwame and... What's her name?
Chelsea,
how they're waiting a whole year. They still haven't received their engagement pictures? What?
What are you talking about? Like, did you even go to a reliable photographer? Did he really take the pictures?
At max, 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, how much editing is this man doing?
I don't know.
And then the fact that Chelsea decided to she went shopping with her mom to find Calvin Klein underwear for her future husband. Shut the fuck up.
A man she didn't even fucking know?
Shut the fuck up. I don't even want to go underwear shopping with my mother. Like, for myself. No.
Yeah.
No. Also, how do you know what size he is?
That's what I'm saying.
You buy one in each size or something? No. I said Irina needs to shut the fuck up with the crocodile tears.
Oh, God.
I need a minute. Bitch, you do not need a minute.
You could hear the audience laughing, and I was living for
100%. And then the way she's blaming it on her mental health. Shut the actual fuck up. Mm-hmm. I have never once used my depression to blame anything. Like, yeah, I bring my depression up all the time because I live through it. I have to go through that shit. I have days where I don't want to get out of bed, but I still fucking do. And I don't blame depression for it. Like,
yeah, no.
What the fuck are you talking about? I have anxiety. I have depression. I go through a lot of shit. And I never have once blamed it for any of my actions. Because it never... Like, I understand for some people it does. I understand, like, I have a best friend who's bipolar. I understand that affects her actions a lot. But at the end of the day, she has never done anything like this. I've been friends with her for, like, 3 years. She's never done anything where she blames her mental health for her treating people shitty.
Right.
If you're shitty to people, you're just shitty to people. And that's something you can own up to. That's fine. It's okay to be shitty to people. Some people deserve it. But once people start calling you out, don't blame your mental health on it. Like, no. Shut the fuck up.
No.
This is something I noticed that doesn't really have anything to do with anything. I want to talk about the pants these men were wearing on the show. Why the fuck was I seeing so many calves?
I don't know. They must think style.
I want to see them stand up to see where it actually lines up on, but never once have I seen a man in real life wear pants to where he shows up, it's mid-calf.
Yeah.
What the shit was that? How small of pants are these guys buying? Because it was four of them.
Literally.
Oh, and also the couches were stupid low.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know. The whole thing was just what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, no. I want to talk about the bridesmaid slow-mo that they brought up.
Oh, yeah.
With Paul and he touches the girl's butt.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
That it might have been just a moment of passing by. But at the same time, I don't know if it's me being a woman or what it is. Or I don't know what was going through his mind. A man has never touched my ass to apologize for me being in the way.
Right.
Usually it's a shoulder thing.
Each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually
and
it's a shoulder thing.
Shoulders are what brushed. It's not his calf brushed her butt and then he was oops, sorry. Their shoulders brushed. And so why didn't he aim higher? Mid back?
Mid back, I understand. I would maybe be a little uncomfy. Why the fuck are you touching me there? But what?
A little uncomfy, but I don't and then the way she's smiling about it, it's
and then afterwards
doesn't affect her.
And then people aren't talking about how afterwards she goes and touches that area. Mm-hmm. She recognizes that he touched there, and she basically wipes it off. But that's suspicious. That's suspicious. Right. And then people on TikTok were going through, and they were like, Micah no longer follows her, but guess who does?
Paul. And he likes all her bikini photos.
Yeah. I want to talk about how shitty of a person Paul is. He seems like a great guy on paper. But the way... I didn't know that Micah talked so much about, wanting a big family and, what her mom went through to have her and, all this other shit. And then, could you imagine seeing on TV from a person you were engaged to, being told, I don't think you would be a fit mother.
Right.
That's fucking insane to me.
I completely agree with him. She did not have a nurturing bone in her body.
No, 100%.
But the fact that you never discussed that with her is a little messed up. When you're going to say that's your number one reason for saying no at the altar and everything.
Yep.
But, and then you dated afterwards.
Yeah. So, and then knowing... if she told you so much about how important it was for her to have a big family, and then for you to just be what if down the line I say I didn't want to have kids? That's a big issue.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge. And it's shitty of you to even do that to her. If y'all were to get married, and then you were I don't want to have kids, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. So fucked up. Because you're lying from the get, and that's not okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think it's so fucked up. Because I know I want to have kids. We know you want to have kids. So it's
Working
super fucked up.
Yeah.
Currently building. Call me Bob because I'm a builder. But it's so fucked up. I would never, at my age, 24, turning 25 this year, I would never get with somebody that told me that they didn't want to have kids. Because I know I want kids. And it's not my responsibility to change this person's mind.
No.
So I'm not going to go into something wanting kids if they don't want kids. I'm going to drop it. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And if I think I'm with somebody that I don't think is a good parent or would be a good parent, I'm out the door. because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with this person. I don't want to ruin this kid's fucking life.
Yeah.
Because their dad didn't want to have them. No.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
No, exactly.
I want to talk about how they keep talking about Micah and Paul's mom's, like, how they look alike and how they're similar. And then Paul's like, yeah, they were similar in look, but not in personality or whatever. Paul wants to date his mother. That's what he wants. 100%. Yeah. It's fucking gross. It's disgusting.
No, I agree.
You shouldn't want to date your mother. No. I know people were mad at Jackie because she didn't show up to the reunion, but I understand it. Because like we said earlier, it's been a year. They've already moved past all of this. She's in a happy, healthy relationship now.
Yeah, but then she shouldn't have said some of the stuff she said. Like, accused Marshall of wanting the ring back to propose to another person just to stay on the show. Or, like, I mean, he could get a ring from anybody, I feel like. There's no way Zach proposed with Irina's ring to Bliss.
Oh, 100% no.
So, if there was someone else, he would have, like, told production, like, and given it a shot. Like, and then, what was the other thing? I don't know. She said something else that I was just like, there's no reason to talk about that if you're, like, moved on in a happy, healthy relationship. Like,
yeah.
But
it doesn't make any sense to me. But I do understand why she didn't show up. Like, I understand that. I do think it's fucked up that she brought up these things that Marshall can't defend himself right then in that moment. Right. But I think it was very mature for Marshall to say, like, it's been a year, like, it's over, like, I want to call a truce. Yeah. Like, that was so fucking mature, because he's like, I just want to drop it. I'm over it. Like, I'm moving on with my life. She moved on with hers, and that's okay. Like,
agreed.
We're good now. We went through a lot together, understandably. I do want to talk about the edit, though, in the show, where it made it seem as though Jackie skipped her bridal dress try-on, and that she was on a date with Josh. I understand, like, it's reality TV. They want to build up the drama. Like, I get that. But I think it's super fucked up because it made Jackie look so bad.
Right. But Marshall said on the podcast that they filmed that on the Thursday. Or, no, not that they filmed that. So Chelsea's party was on Wednesday, and then on Friday was the dress and the suit fittings. And he thinks that they met up on that Thursday, and that filming was done after Jackie told production, like, I'm gonna go be with Josh.
Oh.
And then production asked to remake it and film it. Marshall said he knows that much, and he thinks it happened on that Thursday. But, like, where I'm getting lost, and her saying that it all happened, that they were broken up before the suit fitting, why was he there trying on suits if he was single? And why then in the video, or in the clip where they're talking and breaking up, and she says, like, I just saw Josh, he does clarify that he's pretty sure she means the party, but it could be that something happened on that Thursday, because Wednesday was the party, Thursday, then Friday, and then, what was the other thing he was saying on the podcast?
I want to know when they actually broke up. Also, like, where that falls.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm getting confused, because what he's wearing in their breakup between the two of them, where she has, like, different hair and everything and a different outfit, is what he was wearing at the suit fitting. So that is the same day, but she's saying they were broken up before. So that's where I'm getting so fucking lost, because, like, no, that's not the same day. Like, or no, that's not before. Like, that is the same day. Yes, you're not wearing the same thing, but he is.
Yeah, I think it's bad. I think they should have specified in the editing, being like, or put, like, a date on there or something, like, saying when it was filmed, and that would clear up so much more shit. Yeah. Like, I need a timeline, please. I'm gonna do fucking Mike's Mike, connect the dots over here in my head. No.
Right, and she's posting screenshots of texts. Sure, they're saying, like, or they're dated, and she's, like, saying she broke up with Marshall, but then it just doesn't make any sense why Marshall was trying on suits. I can understand if he showed up for his guys, but he wouldn't have been trying on suits. And then why is Tiffany texting Brett, hey, Jackie's not here. Is Brett if they were broken up and Tiffany knew it, because Tiffany was one of the texts that was her proof. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, because I 100%, if I knew about it, like, let's say me and you were on the show, and some other girl, she left.
Right.
And she told us that she got broken up with, I would 100% not mention it or say anything about it. No. Like, it's not my business anymore. Like, she's not here, cool.
No.
Not my business.
And the text wouldn't have been, even if you did check with your significant other, like, hey, did Marshall show up? It wouldn't have been, hey, Jackie's not here. Is Marshall there?
Yeah,
like,
no.
It would have been like, oh, hey, been like, Jackie didn't come to support us. Did Marshall support you? Yeah. Like, it would have been a whole different thing.
Also, I think it is very weird that they let Marshall come to Britt and Tiff's wedding, because that's the first time they allowed another castmate to go to somebody else's wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I understand they wanted to keep him on air or whatever. Yeah. Like, I get it, but it's very weird that they allowed that to happen. For sure. For some reason, to me, Jackie and Josh seem to fit. Like, it makes sense. To me, that makes way more sense than her and Marshall.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It gives me the ick every single time I see it, anytime I hear about it, anytime I watch TikToks about it. Zach singing.
Ugh, he's not good.
It's not even that. Like, I understand, like, because I love singing, and I'm fucking god-awful at it. Yeah. And I understand, like, having a fun time. Like, when you go do karaoke, you go in expecting people to suck. Like, you don't expect it to be good. It's comical at that point. But the way he sings to people, he makes it seem as though he's pouring his fucking heart out, and it's so good.
Right. No, literally.
My last line is, why is she asking so much about a baby? But we already talked about that. But that's my last line for this.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had that I wanted to talk about.
Overall, season 4, I give it a 1 out of 10.
It was not great.
It was so bad.
I'm glad Kwame and Chelsea are in love, but you can't put that, like, on TV. Mm-hmm. Like, you're on TV and you can't let us know. You act like you don't even want to be around each other.
I think it's also very hard for these couples, if they've been together for a year, that they haven't been able to post anything about it for a year.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me.
No, so weird.
I would not be able to do that.
No.
If I'm in love with this person, I want to share. Like, I want to share the love.
Yeah. No,
fucking
literally.
Insane. This season sucked, guys. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. It was garbage. Hot fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I do recommend the first 2 seasons. Those were pretty good. Season 3 is when they started going down.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Anyways.
But
Miranda's recording a podcast right now.
I'm about to get off. You want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Willow joined me, by the way.
Oh, little baby.
Do you want to come say hi? It's dark in here.
Ask him if he has tea to spill.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you have any tea you'd like to spill on this week's episode?
What?
Like personal life tea?
Miranda's having a baby.
Yeah, we talked about that.
She's already spilled that tea.
He's just excited.
Yeah.
Overall, they need new hosts.
Dude,
they do. They do.
Better
me and
cast.
Kendo just had like a 2-hour gaming session, and I drank about 6 fucking Crown Peach with sweet teas. I'm fucked up right now.
That's your tea.
I was twisted in a game of fucking Control.
Anyways, okay.
I swear to God, I just dropped 30
Yeah.
On that lovely note.
I swear to God.
Yeah, don't recommend the show.
No.
We're trying to figure out what show we're gonna do next for y'all.
Well,
we don't really know. We want to do
Secret Life by watching the last season.
Yes, we want to watch just the last season and connect the dots ourselves.
Yeah.
It'll make it more interesting. I'll be more happy to watch it that way.
Absolutely.
But anyways, that is it for this week's episode of What the Fuck Is This Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. I know this was a short one. We didn't have any book tea. We've been busy. We're busy bees.
Yes.
Someone's making a baby. Someone's changing their life. So
Yeah.
we're kind of busy. But yeah,
Literally.
that is it for this week's episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. And if you have any tea, drama, anything you want to share with us, DM us on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok.
Yes.
We're here for you. Listen in. We have tea to spill. We want to talk shit. So join in on the fun. But you'll hear from us hopefully next Thursday if we figure our shit out.
Yes.
But that is it. Adios.
Yes. Bye, guys.